Hello and welcome to My Mom's Basement, ladies and gentlemen. I am here with Dana White ahead of the UFC's return to New Jersey. I can't wait for this card coming back to my home state of Jersey. I loved seeing you in the chaos of Barstool's draft night a couple of weeks ago at this point, or however many days ago it was. Just an amazing encapsulation of the chaos that is Barstool draft night right there. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I wanted to point out UFC 78 was the first time you guys were ever in Newark. It was back in 2007. Michael Bisping versus Rashad Evans was the main event. You had Frankie Edgar on the card. You had Joe Lozon on the card. Thiago Silva in the co-main event. You have any memories that stick out about that first trip to Newark?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of memories from Jersey. Period. I mean, Jersey's where it really started for us. The head of the commission out there, he did martial arts. So he kind of understood this. So, that was the place where it got sanctioned first, and we were able to hold an event out there. And he's still the commissioner now. So, that's where we went there first. That's where I met Trump. He did the deal for us out there at the Taj. And then, we did a few fights out there. Then we ended up in Newark. And it's been great. This place is going to be sold out this weekend. And obviously the card is badass. And, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how the crowd is going to react to the two men in our main event, Aljamain Sterling and Henry Cejudo. Sterling being a bit of a hometown guy, the Long Island connection there, Sarah Longo and everything. But Cejudo being one of the more polarizing figures. At this point, they're kind of both very polarizing figures in the fans' minds. Are you very much looking forward to that aspect of the main event as well, seeing how the crowd reacts to it?
It's a good point. I hadn't thought about that till you just said it, but yeah, it's a very good point. Listen, at the end of the day, whatever your feelings are about Aljo or Henry, one thing you can't deny, it's going to be a badass fight.
What intrigues you the most about this matchup? Is it, for me, it's the potential of their wrestling, like canceling each other out, and then let's see them on the feet. I don't know if that's what's going to happen there, but I think there's a lot of interesting ways this fight could actually go.
That's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, when you got guys, when you have guys that traditionally, try to wrestle guys and do all that shit, you love seeing them in a fight where the wrestling is taken out of the equation, which could possibly happen. The question is Henry's wrestling better than Aljo, and will he take him down and do what he wants with him? Or like you said, will it cancel it out and they stand on their feet and, it turns into a stand-up war? It's going to be fun to see. It's a fun fight. Like I said, no matter how you feel about their styles or them personally or whatever, can't deny that stylistically, this is a badass fight.
And Henry's been teasing this comeback for a while. He's been calling people out for, at this point, it feels like years. When did you know he was serious about the comeback?
Well, I mean, once you retire, you're retired. So I was like, people would ask me at press conferences and stuff about him fighting. I'd be like, guys, this guy's retired. Don't ask me questions about him, blah, 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 blah. So finally, he jumped back in the USADA pool, and that's when I knew he got serious.
Yeah, that's fair. Bryce Mitchell, unfortunately, had to pull out of his fight on this card. He showed up on some of the videos with an interesting, looking shoulder injury or something. There was bluish stuff all over his shoulder. Are you able to say what the injury was there?
It was his back. As far as I know, it was his back. He's had issues with his back before. And, he hurt his back, leading up to this fight.
And was there any thoughts when that fight got pulled, or, you had to get a replacement opponent, to putting maybe Frivola and Dober on the main card? How does the team assess that situation when you're like, oh shit, there's a main card fighter here that we have to replace?
We do the best we can. Like I told you a couple of weeks ago, I blew it and should have, moved Royval up to the main card. But Drew Dober and Frivola belong in the main event on ESPN, leading into the pay-per-view. I think that fight is one of the fights that I picked, if you don't know, this week. And, that's the perfect fight to lead into the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And
another return.
Guys, it's the best position to be in. I mean, it's the main event on ESPN before we go live. More people will see them fight there than if they were on the main card.
We've got another return on this card. Cron Gracie is back, and he's got some suggestions for the MMA rule set. Have you seen these suggestions? I wanted to get your feedback.
I have not. I love this kid, though, and I'm excited to see him fight.
So he doesn't want rounds in MMA anymore. He wants fights to either be 15 minutes long or 25 minutes long. He says that it becomes no longer a one-on-one fight when you could go back to your corner, go back to your coach, get some water and refuel. You think that's I mean, it's a Gracie mindset, right? You look back at the early UFC stuff.
Literally just took the words right out of my mouth. That is, the Gracie's philosophy. But yeah, I don't ever see that happening again.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I am very much looking forward to seeing him fight. I love watching him in the cage.
I mean, even Pride, back in the Pride days, wasn't the first round 10 minutes? I think it was first round was a 10-minute round. So, yeah, I think it's pretty good the way we got it right now. And it'd be tough to go back and make all these athletic commissions sign off of that one.
Yeah, good luck getting them to all agree to that. Jesus. Some fans have noticed that the Thrill and the Agony hasn't been uploaded for a while. Is that ever coming back?
The Thrill of Agony.
The Thrill and the Agony, the series that you guys would do on, fighters right after their fights and whatnot.
Yeah. No, it's a fucking great show. Yeah, that show's great. I don't know. Look into that. Do you know?
Yeah, we're holding off on footage to use it for some other show here.
You holding off on what?
On footage to use for some other shows.
Oh, all right. Yeah. It's coming back.
All right. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. It's a great series.
I happen to have a production guy in my room right now. So perfect.
And I know we're short on time. I got to ask you about one more thing before I get you out of here. Don't get mad at me for it, but my boy Conor McGregor showed up in a different company over the weekend, put their title on his shoulder and did a face-off with one of their fighters. What was your reaction to that?
Yeah, I think that that Conor went out and was having fun and got caught up in the moment. And, the dude called him in to the ring and, he did it. I also saw him pounding a bottle of Proper 12. I'm sure that probably had something to do with it too. But, listen, man, at the end of the day, Conor has done a lot here. He's made a lot of money. The guy's out having fun and, it's all good.
Okay, so that didn't upset you too much.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. And Chandler said that the fight seems to be pushed and pushed and pushed. He thinks that they're going to fight in winter. Do you have any update on that?
Yeah, so obviously the show's got to air. We're going to find out. I actually saw a picture of Conor today where he actually looked leaner, like he's, starting to, cut the weight down, and we'll see. This guy is going through a ton of shit with his body after breaking his shin bone. And believe me, as soon as we can get it done, we'll get it done.
All right. Dana, thank you so much for the time. I'm really looking forward to the pay-per-view this weekend, and obviously we'll see you there.
Thanks, Robbie. Have a great day.